Mystery Box Nick has sent me 5 packages, each with a cryptic clue on them. I'm Gary, welcome to my channel and welcome to the first reveal video in Nick's Mystery Week. Before we look at today's package, why not take time to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell? It's free, it supports the channel, and it's a great way to be notified of all my future content. If you like the video, please remember to give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below because every like counts. Here we go then with today's conundrum. So here is mystery box number 1 and the cryptic clue. If Martin's put his hand aside, how's he going to use his flying machine? I have absolutely no idea what this means. So, go open up the box. Oh, I see what you've done there. Yes, Martin's put his hand aside. Martin, hand aside. Ah, very smart, Nick. Very good. And what a cracking looking kit it is. So here's the box. Nice, lovely piece of box art on here. It's a series of aircraft that appeared in those magnificent men in their flying machines. It's a 1911 monoplane. And it says here, featured in the 20th Century Fox film production, Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines, or How I Flew from London to Paris in 25 hours and 11 minutes. How wonderful. It says it's scaled from actual plans, which is nice. And the scale is 1/4 inch to 1 foot. So that is essentially 1/48th. That's what we'd say these days, 1/48th scale. On this side, it says the other kits in the series. You've got the Marty hand aside here, the Blériot, Dépôt de the box kite, Avro biplane, and Avro triplane. Interestingly, 3 of these, the triplane, the box kite, and the Blériot, I've seen flying at the Shuttleworth collection. The box kite's a replica. I think the other 2 might be real. Anyway, let's have a look and see what you get inside. So in a very modern way, there's a bag of plastic parts. There's another bag with some transparent plastic parts, which are the wheels and the display stand, which is interesting. It's a bit of card with some twine wrapped around it. Presumably this is for the rigging. And then the instructions. Let's have a look at all these bits and pieces in a bit more detail. Here's the first frame I'm going to look at. This contains the port wing, parts of the engine, the propeller, very boxy looking propeller, the seat, and a pilot figure. How glorious is that? Got to have a pilot figure. Next frame contains the starboard wing, wing braces. I don't know what all these bits are. I presume these are oil tanks or fuel tanks. Steering wheel, chap's arm. Very good. This frame contains the fuselage. Notice how it looks very much like a boat or canoe or something. Various other bits and pieces, and it's probably skids and more parts of the engine. And then the last is the top of the fuselage, the main undercarriage struts, and the tailplane and fin and rudder assembly. The transparent frame here contains a stand, which is very nice, But also the wheels, they've done the wheels in transparent so that you can paint the spokes and still see between them, basically, and just paint the rubber on the outside of the frame. So the instructions, and so a little bit of the chat about the actual aircraft. The Martin Handelside number 3 monoplane might have been mistaken for an Antoinette. It might indeed. To say it was of that type would be true. However, it was a smaller and stronger aeroplane. Fascinating stuff. I love this. Important. Use cement sparingly to avoid ugly marks on unpainted parts. How absolutely lovely. Right. Yeah. What else? It's not really a lot about this to show you. I mean, that's the instructions as like old school airfix up here. You know, here's some interesting thing. Start by mixing up a little yellow paint mixed with gold to represent brass and paint parts and the pipes on the rest of this paint light brown, excluding the shaft. All these different little paint tips and hints about nowadays you just make get brass paint. Or you actually talk you through the instructions, assembly instructions here. And then, of course, there's an exploded diagram to show you where everything goes. It's a simple enough kit, so hoping it won't be too terrible. Here we have how to finish them. Interesting. Take wheels 26 and 27 here. Slip them on the axles and with a warm knife, press the axle ends until they swell, securing the wheels but allowing them to revolve. So don't glue them. How very exciting. Tailplanes can be rigged following the drawings. The only transfer, or decal as we would call it here now, is the one that sits on the stand, which is part 23 to 32 and 33. I mean, I think it's lovely. It's just absolutely charming. There's another instruction here well, you've got the tightening these braces here underneath the fuselage. Add these wires. You've got to make those wires. Make them yourself to size to brace these. Use some little bit of like brass and jewelry brass to create those. I think as long as I've got a small enough thing to make those little eyes, so I can do that. That's not a problem. It's just an absolute delight. Oh, they actually do say 1/48th scale here. And again, more of the other types that they make. Delightful, absolutely delightful. And of course, they do provide some thread here to act as rigging. This historically, this is it's okay, but it's difficult to use sometimes. So what I will do is use modern rigging thread, which is made of spandex. I'll use that for this kit. If we look at the plastic itself, do you know it's got this lovely texturing? That's deliberate texturing to make it look like fabric, which I think is charming. The detail on the edging is very crisp. This is a well molded thing. The plastic's quite hard. Don't know whether that's age or whether it's that's just the way it was, but these are well molded, seriously sharply molded. There's bits of flash here and there, but that was in those days. Propeller again, well molded, very very square, and the pilot. You can see along the pilot. You can see the where the molds meet. There's a bit of leakage around there. Again, not unknown for an older kit. But I think the pilot figure's absolutely glorious with his sweater and his flying goggles. And his suit. I'm going to have trouble trying to paint tweed, so I don't know what colour suit he's going to have. But you know what? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. There we go. What a great looking kit. I'm going to have a lot of fun putting that together. If you've liked this video, then please remember the thumbs up on the like button below And please do take the time to subscribe and hit the bell. It doesn't cost you anything and it supports the channel. Thank you so very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.